Welcome to the Thursday stream. Hope everyone's having an awesome Thursday morning. Hey everybody, hey Gaming Mind, Jesse, how's it going? Sourcing support, Madame Defarge, Darknet, how's it going? Thick Zeke, oh my goodness. How's it going everybody? I see Darknet taking advantage of the new BTTV emotes that I've been working on here. Putting as much emotes as possible. Disco Rat, how's it going? I'm finally tired of all this winning. Yeah, me too. I'm over it. Hey, Cheeto Ray, how's it going? That's right, we got the Hypers emote, of course. Hey, sourcing support, how's it going? Yeah, so I guess America decided that we were tired. We did indeed get tired of all this winning, as we woke up to a new president, and thank goodness I don't really have to talk about Donald Trump anymore. I mean, you know, people kept saying, well, what are you gonna do after Trump's gone? Well, maybe we can actually have real conversations and talk about issues and maybe talk about theories and stuff like that. You know, more substantive, stuff. I don't know, whatever. I can't English correctly. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, okay? I'm peeling glitching grappling hooks into artificial reality and hoping I don't slip into the void. The usual. I feel that. It's okay. Hopefully, things look up rather than down. If anything, the only direction we go from rock bottom is up, right? Hey, Disco Rat, we miss your co-host. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that, fam. Don't worry. Co-hosts will be here 2 days. 2 days, Saturday. So tomorrow, no, but Saturday, yes. We can and will continue our descent, so I guess we didn't reach rock bottom. Well, in all seriousness, with the whole climate change thing, you're probably right, unfortunately. Hey, Memius, how's it going? I got your back, brother. Hey. Have no fear, folks. The co-host will be here on Saturday. Yeah, we're going right back to neoliberalism, but it's more favorable opponent than what we were dealing with earlier. Incredible. So yeah, of course, it's not optimal, but it's also in comparison to the type of into the situation that we do best. This is a slightly more favorable outcome. Have you seen the 17 new Biden commandments? Wow, commandments. You mean the executive orders? Yeah, we're going to talk about those. I brought some articles up regarding the new executive orders, so we're definitely going to have to talk about those. It's like people thought we wouldn't have anything or anyone to talk about once Trump was gone, because goodness knows everything was perfectly dandy before Trump came along. True. Hey, Cassidy Reese. I wish it was Biden's homework assignment to America to watch the Second Thoughts video on capitalism. Yeah, Cheetor, are you sure you want him writing the next inauguration poem? Clearly Mono is quite the poet. We shouldn't stop talking about Trump until he's in jail. I mean, in a just world. In a just world. He would see consequences. Oh, this is great. Okay, hold on, folks. Hold on, folks. Hello. Alright, there we go. It breaks it down so well why we need to move on, evolve as a species, and form a more sensible economic system that doesn't leave anyone out of a seat at the dinner table. Now, what a concept. What a concept. So what you're saying is, like, this current system isn't working? In a Darknet. In a just world, he would see some type of consequences, but we'll see. We'll see what the Southern District of New York has for him. Sorry to interrupt, but can you see the full list of channels I'm banned for? What would that matter? Unless you're... Unless you're here to troll. Hey, excuse my sarcasm. I want to go back. Anarcho-primitivism confirmed. Starting the day off with some good memes. Thank you, Sourcing, as always. Then you would need to up your arcane magic for that one. I don't know if you want to watch this, but I happened to clip a majority report yesterday. Apparently some people have a very funny Biden theory. Oh, interesting. Please. Oh my goodness. Yes, Jesse, please link it. We have a massive raid. Thank you, Carpet Packs. Raiding with a party of 79. Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Dragon Rider, thank you. You're the 1% I wouldn't bring back, but I'm your entertainment, okay? Thanks for the follow, Satan's Moth. AR Cat, Krat, thank you for the follow. The Little Proletariat, thank you. Hey, how's it going? Oof. We got a lot of good peeps in chat. Thanks for the follow, Steph is my name. Alright, so hold on, folks. Let's see if I do this right. Hey, Heat, how's it going? Hey, Doc, how's it going? Yesterday I discovered our ADT is a mod in Nomiki's channel. Didn't realize you were so well connected. I can neither confirm nor deny any of these statements. Hey, Dorian, how's it going? Hey, thanks for the follow, Black Bladder. Appreciate that. Hope everyone is having as good a time zone as they can. Same. Hey, Dr. Dragon Rider, how's it going? What issues are we raising awareness today? Well, we've got some executive orders to talk about. We've got some executive orders to talk about. Malviki spamming the Idan Simpson emotes. By the way, you all should check out Idan Simpson as well. My bad. My bad. Carry on. So many good people. Thank you guys. Call me when he has when the executive order releases of Despacito 2. It's amazing how people think the inauguration magically changes the way our government works, like we no longer have to. Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, so just to be clear, folks, I linked in Discord, perfect. So just to be clear, folks, we did a good, but because Orange Man Bad is gone does not mean all our problems are magically swept away. I want to be very clear about that, okay? So just because, you know, Trump isn't here, just because we have a new president, an incoming administration, does not mean everybody is that doesn't mean okay guys we did it we did it folks, we don't have to do anything else. Quite the contrary. More or less, that's right, but hopefully with a lot less platitudes and a little bit more action. It just means that the bad orange man is gone. Yep, that's basically what it means. It is a net good. I'm just saying that that's not the complete victory or complete you know, done. That's it. We don't have to do anything else, you know? All right. So, we've got a few things, starting off the day with a meme. True. For those of you that didn't see it earlier, sourcing support coming in with the hot memes. Fuego memes. Why can't I see chat? Hello? Where'd you guys go? Okay. I don't know. See, OBS has always given me this issue. That's fine. I was hoping for a lot less foreign aggravation, but it isn't looking good. Well, I don't see us hopefully getting into some type of conflict. I doubt it. I mean, who knows? They said checks would go out first thing. Now they won't vote until March. What's that called? It's called platitudes. Biden was elected because he was a moderate. Yeah, semi-true. They thought, or they have this idea that the only way to beat Trump is with a more moderate person, which, to be quite honest, not sure. Liberals fetishize civility too much to wield power. Well, like, the thing is, like, there's a difference between, like, trying to work with people who are reasonable, and then there's people who hide behind the veil of civility, right? Yeah, exactly. Biden didn't win, Trump lost. In my opinion, done to bomb more, so I expect drone war to ramp up. Hopefully not. We'll see. Biden was selected by the DNC because he's a moderate. He was elected because he's not Trump. True. That's actually, you know what? That's actually more accurate, Dorian. Because again, just keep in mind that RNC, DNC, they're private entities. Technically, if they wanted to, we didn't even need to have an election. He said checks would be the first order of business. We'll see. Because he was perceived to be the one that would beat Trump. I think that the Democratic Party was so heavily invested in eliminating Trump instead of, they gave us a candidate that we would vote against Trump, not for them. And as someone who has been there for what 40 plus years, they saw an easy pick, right? The DNC is a private business reserved to free service, and that means yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Carpet packs. Like technically, we didn't even need to have primaries. Our overlords at the DNC and RNC gave us the privilege of um, being able to think we were electing something. Didn't need to have an election. Are you saying that votes don't actually matter because money is speech and whatever candidate we elect is just money points for a team? True. In terms of primaries, yeah, they're run by private entities. The primaries are run by private entities. Platitude is not a good explanation for saying one thing and doing another. No, platitudes meaning that he keeps saying that he's going to do stuff and do stuff and do stuff and then like doesn't end up doing said stuff, right? If Bernie was selected by DNC, you actually think he would have won? He might have. Remember, people were going to vote for the Democratic candidate regardless. In fact, they were very staunch about it. I remember they even had a little slogan called "Vote Blue, no matter who." So I do believe that they would have voted for him anyways. You don't think Bernie would have won? I think he might have. I think like this would have been like the one situation where Bernie would have won. I don't know. Who knows? It's a moot point. As much as it would have been nice, you know. Anyways, folks, let's head on over to some of the headlines we got to cover. We'll get to this video. Jesse, don't worry. Why can't I see chat? This is unreal. Hello? I think more Republicans would have voted for Bernie than Biden. I mean, he did have a lot of he did have a broad support. I honestly, I think the corporate Voltron establishment Voltron kind of destroyed the chances of Bernie winning the primary. Don't want to miss anything? All right. Don't worry, folks. We're gonna get to everything. Yeah, that's right, Darknet. He's an outsider, and a lot of them like that. And that's one of the reasons they voted for Trump, because he marketed himself as an outsider. Okay. I have discovered a new type of toy. I call it Egg Dog. It's a small egg with a dog face. It is very funny and makes me laugh. Okay? It is the greatest toy for boys and girls alike. Nobody has ever seen a toy like this. Thank you for your time. Alright, folks, let's head on over to some some of these headlines. Florida to start requiring proof of residency for COVID vaccinations. Cool. Florida will soon start requiring proof of residency for people getting COVID vaccines. Governor Ron DeSantis announced this week. Now, I don't know how to tell you folks this, but shouldn't it be that most people need this? And also, if we're having issues where we have to essentially slow down the distribution of vaccines or cut off people from getting the vaccine because they don't live here, and we don't have enough vaccines, that tells me that a lot of that tells me that there's been a lot of problems with the logistics and distribution of this thing. Starting Wednesday, people who show up for vaccines in Seminole County will be asked to show their Florida ID or utility bill in order to get the shot. So, like, I mean, but people still need this regardless. People still need this vaccine regardless of where they are. Okay? I don't know if this makes any type of sense. The new policy, which applies to state-run vaccination sites, will later be extended to other counties in the state. We're only doing vaccines for Florida and Florida residents. During a Tuesday news conference, you gotta live here either full-time or at least part-time. The changes come in the wake of concerns about vaccine tourism. Following an executive order, DeSantis issued that the opened up vaccinations to age 65 and older, but didn't require proof of residency. Opening up vaccinations resulted in long lines of some older people even camping out overnight in lawn chairs in the hopes of getting vaccinated. Yeah, this is a total disaster. I still can't see chat. Okay. It sucks because we disenfranchise poor people that might not have an ID or bill to show. Yeah, not only that, like, okay, what does that even mean? Why do we need to show, like, papers to get a vaccine that everybody needs regardless? So it seems to me like we have a problem with the distribution center. I'm guessing this is a new rule because rich people have been traveling to Florida to buy vaccines. Yeah, and like, that's the issue with the whole thing, right? Turns out that making things like viable for profit when they're potentially life-saving is bad. Yeah, I think Biden talked about it. Says that there's actually no real plan for distribution, which is extremely aggravating. Yep, that's true. Thank you, little proletariat. Please take a look at that. That was pretty horrific, and the data scientist was indeed arrested. Well, she turned herself in, because she was spilling the beans on how effed we really were here in Florida. Florida has reported 1.6 million COVID cases, 24,000 deaths, 24,578 deaths from the virus, according to State Health Department. As of Wednesday, Florida has distributed 2.5 million vaccines, which, by the way, there's what, 21 million? Just to be clear, there's 21 million people in the state of Florida, more or less. So that's what, 1%? So I don't know how to say this, but we're effed if we don't get this rate of vaccination up. Tools. Yeah, see, I can't see chat. What exactly happened to this? View. Chat. Here we are. There you guys are. Okie doke. Morning ADT here, lurking and listening while I work. Hey, thank you. I won't be eligible in Colorado until summer at the soonest. Snowden helped enable that to last for years. I have no sympathy for him. What do you mean? Oh, you mean like all the data security? Yeah, but then he blew the whistle because he realized how messed up it was. I just got the second dose today. My second one is next Saturday. Okay, so some people are getting it. My parents are having such a rough time getting the vaccine in Florida. They're thinking about coming back to Michigan to get it. Yeah. Nice. Very good. Well, I'm glad that some of you guys are getting it. We're having an issue here in Florida where, I mean, like, so again, just to be clear, this is 1% of the population, roughly. No, not even. We administered approximately 1.2 million, which translates to 5,773 vaccines administered for every 100,000 people. This is not enough to essentially say that we have some type of herd immunity. We're not even close. We're not even close. Oh, you're a frontline worker. Okay, so you get priority, as you should. As you should. All frontline workers and doctors, nurses, all these people have essentially dibs. DeSantis is scary. True. I heard some disenchanted MAGAs hoping he might be the next populist leader. Don't think he. I don't think he has the same national profile. To do the same things. I mean, like he can try, but I don't think he has the same. I don't think he has the same it factor that like somebody or cult personality like Trump does. You know, yeah, sure, he's known in Florida, but I don't think that he has the same it factor. He will lose the primary. That's right. We need 80% to be vaccinated for herd immunity. So people are just going to try to replicate the Trump populism and fail miserably. I think so, because it's like, it was unique. It was unique in the timing of it. It was unique in the timing of it, and it just worked because the failures of the past, the failures of the past bubbled up and allowed somebody like him to kind of get in there. Except sometimes the frontline workers don't get dibs. Yeah, like here in Florida. It Cruise 2024? Oh, no sourcing. Yikes. Yeah. I know, we did the same thing here in Florida. We gave it to... Although it's important to vaccinate, you know, the elderly, I think that we should have first started with the, I think we should have started with the healthcare workers who are on the front lines. This is all bad. This is so fumbled. So bad. Incredible. I will make it my mission to single-handedly top your country if Cruise 2024 becomes a legitimate prospect. Oh man, no, I, you know what? He might try to run. I'm not even gonna count that possibility out. Bureau Tom Cotton, he's a real competent fascist. He'll be running and it will be scary. Does Tom Cotton have like the same like type of national profile? No, I know he's like, you know, I know he's a bit sus. Very exciting news. One of the local hospitals an 86% vaccination rate for its staff. Well, we need to make sure we can get that across the board. we'll turn it back to the sea. I'll be serving all you can eat crow in January 2024. Zodiac looking ass. No, I don't know. I think he will run. I think he will run. I think Cruz will run for sure. Who's the other guy who was like really trying to press that press that conspiracy theory? Holly. He's young. They might throw him there. Yep, Holly. They might. Standing because after polling 40% of staff said they wouldn't do it, so that's a relief that they changed their mind. Good. We need as many people. Like, guys, we just want this nightmare to end, okay? And I think that the best way to end this nightmare is to seriously just, if you have the ability to get the vaccine, if you have the ability to stay home, wear masks, social distancing, washing your hands, things like that, please do so. Oh yeah, true. Unfortunately, Mono. Congresswoman Green. The QAnoner. I'm just saying, if you look at pictures of Cruz and Sea Slugs, you'll see an uncanny resemblance. As a Missouri resident, I apologize for that. Listen, I'm Florida man, okay? I'm Florida man. We have Rick Scott, we have Matt Gaetz, we have Marco Rubio. We don't worry. Oh yeah, the Patriot. Boebert. Oh. Why are we talking about the 2024 election? This is torture. True. My bad, Cheeto and Ray. We got a little sidetracked with the with the speculation here. Yeah, I'm sure by the end of this year we'll be able to get it. JDF 121. Pelosi, Feinstein, and Harris all from California, so I'm sorry. Damn, we have a pretty messed up government. Ted Cruz comes from Canada, so I'm sorry too. Oh no. Matt Gaetz would be a Florida. Matt Gaetz is a Florida man. It's a nightmare to live here. Oof. Alright, we're getting a little sidetracked. Okay. This is important. I think I talked about this in the other day, but either way, it's important to bring this up. Biden nixes Keystone XL permit, halts Arctic refuge leasing. This I didn't know. This is the extra part for this. Arctic refuge leasing. This is great because the Trump administration was trying to lease out very important Arctic lands to be destroyed. President Biden on Wednesday signed a sweeping executive order that revokes a key permit for the controversial Keystone Pipeline, halts oil and gas leasing at Wild Refuge in Alaska. This is what I'm talking about, and carries out several other environmental actions. This deals a devastating blow to approximately 1,200 pipeline that has carried oil from Canada to the US and was opposed by several environmental and indigenous groups. The actions reversed a decision on a project championed by President Trump, who first issued a permit allowing it to cross the border during the first months of its presidency. Environmentalists have been critical of the pipeline, particularly because it's supposed to carry oil made from tar sands whose production is carbon intensive. Tribes have also expressed an opposition, saying that the pipeline across onto their lands violate their treaty rights. Biden, in the executive order, argued that the pipeline serves the U.S. national interest. True, we should be moving towards a renewable, sustainable system. What do you think? I just found out that Benjamin Dixon supports war but is anti-white power. I can't separate the two like he does since America's wars were all against POC. I don't know. Like, what do you mean support war? I don't know. I'm not into the drama. What do you think about the term Black Winter? You mean like the coronavirus stuff? Like Dark Winter? I think he was referring to the coronavirus. Dark Winter. Yeah, thank you, Cheeto and Ray, for correcting. Pretty sure he said Dark Winter. I can't. All I get is Marvel villains. Yeah, he's talking about the coronavirus. Anyways. Biden, in the executive order, argued to the pipeline to serve as U.S. national interest. The United States and the world face a climate crisis. The crisis must be met with action on a scale and a speed commensurate with the need to avoid setting the world on a dangerous and potential catastrophic climate trajectory. Leaving the Keystone Pipeline permit in place would not be consistent with my administration's economic and climate imperatives. TC Energy and the company behind the pipeline released a statement on Wednesday expressing disappointment in the decision, arguing that the pipeline would bolster energy security in North America and provide jobs. You know what else would provide jobs? Moving to a green energy system. Cool. So don't worry, TC Energy will be just fine if they move in that direction. The company also said it would review the decision, assess its implications, and consider options, but added the pipeline's advancement will be suspended. Many Republicans opposed the move, and a group of 5 GOP senators wrote to Biden on Tuesday urging him to support the completion and operation of the pipeline. Yeah, okay. Biden's order also places a temporary moratorium on oil and gas leasing activities in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, coming just one day after the Trump administration issued leases from its first sale. The refuge is home to grizzly bears, polar bears, gray wolves, and more than 200 species of birds. It contains land considered sacred by the Gwich'in people, the indigenous First Nations people. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. Before tar sands, OP probably found a clean way to produce instead of poisoning everything. Tar sands, oil is the worst kind of oil extraction. Yeah. True, Darpin ass. I mean, it's like really, you know that we can do better, right? You know that we don't have to. If you're so worried about jobs and energy independence, you know what would make us energy independent? Renewable energy that comes from here. The 2017 tax law requires 2 lease sales at the refuge by the end of 2024. and one of those occurred at the tail end of the Trump administration in a manner that critics argued was rushed. Biden, however, opposes oil and gas leasing at the refuge and pledged permanently to protect it on the campaign trail. Okay, we'll see. Temporary moratorium would stop short of a campaign pledge by Biden to ban new permits for oil and gas leasing on public land and in public waters. Gotta keep eyes on that. Asked during a press briefing whether the administration still had the commitment, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said that we do, and the leases will be reviewed. The order further reestablishes the Interagency Working Group on the Social Cost of Greenhouse Gases, a group formed under the Obama administration that sought to account for the harms caused by emissions in agency rulemaking. While the Obama administration assesses a $50 per metric ton cost to carbon, the Trump administration used a $7 per metric ton figure, a move the Government Accountability Office found systematically underestimated the damage caused by carbon pollution. Yeah, nice meme. It also directs agencies to review boundaries for the Grand Staircase Escalante, Bears Ears, and Northeastern Canyons and Seamounts Marine National Monument. Trump reduced... Stop it. Where is it? Oh my goodness. Here we are. Trump reduced the protected acreage on the Grand Staircase Escalante and Bears Ears National Monuments over objections from environmentalists and Native Americans. He also removed protections from Northeast Canyons and Seamounts Marine National Monument in an attempt to open it to more commercial fishing. Wednesday's order is also slated to direct agencies to review standards for vehicles, appliances, and buildings that were rolled back by Trump. Nice. I think if we had the best UFC fighter as president of the USA, would be already a better place. Nah. I just think whoever's more qualified should be the president, not a UFC fighter. Can you imagine? So this is a good step. It's like a baby step. Ooh, sorry to hear that, Victorious. This is like a good baby step. What he does after this is yet to be seen, but this is a good baby step. It's like the most babyest of baby steps, but hey, I'll take it over nothing so far. We'll see what he does afterwards. Okay, so somebody talked about a bunch of executive orders that were signed. So let's talk about it. President Biden on Wednesday signed 15 I don't want notifications. 15 executive orders as he's set to overturn key directives of his predecessor, President Trump, in his first hours of working from the Oval Office. Like, this is like day zero type stuff. We'll see. A tired sounding Biden. I think a lot of us are tired sounding at this point. A tired-sounding Biden, 78, signed 3 orders in front of reporters in the Oval Office. His press secretary, Jen Psaki, I can never pronounce this, Psaki, later told reporters at an evening briefing that Biden signed another 12 orders on Wednesday. Biden's first 3 orders recommitted the U.S. to the Paris Climate Accord, promoted racial equality, healthcare, and other areas, and required anti-COVID masks. And required that anti-COVID-19 masks be worn in federal buildings. You mean like face masks? Okie doke. Yeah, that's good. Although, like, the Paris Climate Accord, good. However, it means nothing if it ends up doing nothing, you know? He didn't really sound tired to me. I watched it. Alright, hey, Tensocrat, how's it going? Jesus, Victorious. Yikes. Psaki said he also signed an order ending Trump's 2017 travel ban on a group of predominantly Muslim countries, including Libya, Somalia, Syria, Yemen. Trump said the ban was for security purposes, but Psaki called it the Muslim ban, a policy rooted in religious animus and xenophobia. Psaki and Biden signed orders to halt construction of Trump's U.S.-Mexico border wall. Rejoined this is important right here. This is key. First of all, this wall is useless and expensive. No idea. Wait, wear a mask? Why would we do that? We breathe in our own COVID. I can't believe people actually thought that. Wait. So, what? Yeah, we should absolutely wear masks to stop the spread? Jen Psaki. Okay. That wall was nothing more than another donation scam. True. In fact, Steve Bannon was pardoned after he was going to face consequences for that. Nice meme. Very true. So yes, this is good. This is a waste of money. Rejoining the World Health Organization is good. Resurrect the White House Global Health Team. Extend the pandemic ban on evictions and foreclosures. That's good. Halt student loan payments. Okie doke. Reverse Trump's environmental deregulation and affirm the DACA program. Yeah, sure. All of this sounds good to me. Reversing all of this environmental deregulation is the one that stands out for me. Hey, Wing the Ultimate Nug. Absolutely not. Masks do help prevent the spread. that's ridiculous, Durpin has. Okay, I see what you're saying. I've never heard that one before. Yeah, so just to be clear, the scientific consensus, health consensus, is wearing a mask does help slow down the spread, okay? And if everybody wears masks, it does even better. And when you do masks and social distancing and try to stay home as much as possible and make sure that you wash your hands and do all this other stuff, and all of that together will give you the best outcome. Wow, incredible, Durban S. Everyone does have COVID particles. No idea what you're talking about. This sounds like pseudoscience stuff. Hey, Evan Fonzie. A lot of good things, but Keystone Pipeline is great science and such a debate. Yes, true. Remdell overturned day one, so it shows that he's going to take climate seriously. I hope so, and I hope it continuously. I hope he continues, seriously. Everybody should be checking out Evan Fonzie. They do pretty chill. They do pretty chill content. You will have a fun, relaxed time over there. Oh wait, particles? Particles is not the same as having COVID-19. Wait a minute. So then, like, this means nothing to me. Right. The idea is that number one, the droplets that you produce by exhaling um, gets reduced, and if both of you are wearing masks, the chances and social distancing, the chances of you getting COVID is very, 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 very low. That's it. It does help stop the spread, and there's a reason why people in Japan, even before this pandemic, used to wear masks or still do have a culture of wearing masks, even when just having a cold. Why? Because it prevents the spread. Jesus Christ. Anyways. Yes, joining the WHO, resurrecting a White House global health team, extend the pandemic ban on evictions and foreclosures. Very good. All of this is very good. A press release from a human rights campaign advocacy said Biden also signed a wide-ranging executive orders concerning sexual orientation and gender identity that prohibits discrimination. Biden was also expected to sign up to 17 executive orders right away, most of them overturning directives of his predecessor. He said an Oval Office, an additional order would come over the next several days to a week. I thought there was no time to wait, get to work immediately. Biden said next to a high stack of executive orders, there's no time to start like today. I'm going to start by keeping promises I made to the American people. There's a long way to go. These are just executive actions. They're important, but we're going to need legislation for other things that we're going to do. He also said Trump left him a very generous letter despite skipping the inauguration for a Wednesday morning flight to Florida. The president wrote a very generous letter. Because it was private, I won't talk about it until I talk to him, but it was generous. Okie doke. With how little I got sick last year, I can't imagine not wearing a mask. Yeah, it might be the new norm. Koreans are the ones who are like Germany now with North and South. I don't think they're a notable authority. What are you talking about? You know, if it was a terrible letter and Biden said that anyways, it would really stick it to Trump's craw. What is this question? Oh, you already started the poll. Okay. Consult Germany. Didn't get sick, my older boys. Yeah. Yeah, it does work. It does. You can see the difference in the data too. You can see the decline in flu and cold. It sucks masks have been politicized as part of culture in Asia that if you're sick, you wear a mask to protect others. It would be so great if we did that too here instead of catching a cold every time we get on a plane. True. It's almost like we shouldn't politicize China. The US is one of the rare countries that actually preventative measures are politicized in terms of whether it's real or not in context of science. Yeah, it's really frustrating. Anywho, master legit. Stop going against like the consensus of medical stop going against the consensus of like medical professionals. I understand that we get updated information all the time, but it doesn't matter. At this time, Mask, social distancing, staying at home, washing your hands. Combination of all of these will give you the best outcome. Maybe this will also help fix our public school systems. People will still send their 6 kids to school for fear they're falling behind. Give codes and yeah. So it's like, just have a little bit of common decency. Getting real tired, getting attacked by people sharing my same ideas because I generally think there's enemies. The U.S. creator who isn't thinking about defunding their military like we are. Hey, Homelander. Anywho. Biden will reimpose a COVID travel ban on Brazil, the UK, and Europe's 26 countries should that zone, but will not be immediately clear if Biden signed that order on Wednesday, which would reverse a 2-day-old order signed by Trump without action by Biden. Travel from Europe would resume next week for travelers with a negative COVID test. The mask order said Biden said the Oval Office is requiring, as I said, along where I have authority mandating masks indoors and social distancing but kept on federal property, interstate commerce, and etc. The second one I'm signing here is the support for undeserved communities. We want to make sure that we have some better equity, equality as relates to how we treat people in healthcare and other things. Third is a commitment I made to rejoin the Paris Accord as of today. Okay, well, again, having like all of these Paris Accords and all of these other stuff, it's fine. But now, do something. Yeah, true. We need better childcare. Mostly parents send their sick kids because no ability to take time off work. True. Some executive actions I'm going to be signing today are going to help change the course of the COVID crisis, and we're going to go combat climate change in a way that we haven't done so far, advance racial equality in support of our undeserved communities. We're going to rebuild our economy as well, and these are all just starting points. Well, we'll see. Which one of them, Dr. Dragon Rider? Earlier today, Joe Biden was sworn in as 46th President of the United States. While we welcome the President's commitment to fight climate change, we are disappointed but acknowledge the President's decision to fulfill his election campaign promise on the Keystone Pipeline, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said in a written statement. Okie doke. No, I have not covered it. What? Okay, this is by far the dumbest. Okay. By rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement, President Biden indicates that he's more interested in the views of the citizens of Paris. What? Than in the jobs of the citizens of Pittsburgh. This agreement will do little to affect the climate and will harm the livelihoods of Americans. Okie doke. Citation needed? Hey, Gaming Mind. Okay. Oh, we do have one for this. Didn't he graduate from Harvard Law? Yeah, that doesn't mean you know what, like, that doesn't mean you know environmental stuff. All right. This is ridiculous. So, no. This has nothing. Okay. What a terrible day for America. Jesus. Embarrassing. Hold on, let me see the let me see the response. Hold on. Sorry, I just had to like I just had to see this the source of the tweet. Hold on, folks. Quick question, do you also believe the Geneva Convention was about the views of the citizens of Geneva? Asking for someone who believes U.S. senators should be competent, true, and not undermine our elections to incite insurrection against the United States. True. Wait. Is this person unironically doesn't understand what the... Okay. Hey, thanks for the follow, Preceptor. Paris Accords are one-sided against the West, while China really contributes most. Wait. Does that pass the sniff test? Could have sworn that our industries all are the ones that are committing, what, like 70%? Hey, thanks for the gifted tier 1 sub, Dr. Dragon Rider. Appreciate that. Yeah, like most industries in China are American owned. Yeah, that's true. Yes, I'm sure Bezos earned all of that. I'm sure. Folks. Yeah, the saying to pull itself up by the bootstraps is already used. It was exactly, it's impossible. That was the meme. That's the entire... So, like, this person is, like, absolutely, like, not... Okay. Anyways, this was funny. Most industries by the Chinese authorities would never let a Westerner keep an ounce of profit if they can get... What are you talking about? Is someone gonna tell them? Who wants to tell them? Minus 5,000. Either way, we should be taking the lead on climate change. We should do what we need to do on our end, and then using, you know, international coalitions like the international coalitions like the Paris Accord and stuff like that to actually do you know, work. This is amazing. I love it. Here, I'll show you how easy we are to mess with. Nas. Their whole Twitter account is gold. Boring. Boring and unproductive, Mono. Boring and unproductive. Your lips are so easy to mess with, even though. Lamau. Alright, focus. I spoke directly with President Biden about the project last November. Ambassador Hillman and other government made a case to high levels officials in the incoming administration. So, like, they're fear-mongering over the loss of 1,000 jobs that are mainly unionized. And, okay, so the correct response would be like, no, we can provide more jobs. We can provide more jobs building the future, building the infrastructure, building the building the infrastructure for green energy. Hey, let's not participate in a collective slow motion genocide. True. Yeah, it sounds like fear-mongering. It's okay, Mono. You'll be fine. We're all liberals here. We're all liberals here. It's okay. Yeah, they have had several problems throughout the years. So if I'm a lib, then you're conservative. I don't make the rules. Sorry. All right. So I guess Sam, I'll be conservative if you're a lib. Yes, I read it in the same voice. Tank sends me a DM that makes no sense and then blocks me. Stay mad. They can stay mad. It's not like I even banned them. Who saw Bernie and Mittens? That was the real inauguration story right there. I'm once again asking for your support. Look, I've been doing the Trump impression for too long that I can't get it. You know what? You should ask Ben to do it. Yeah, Ben's impersonation is good. The fact that went viral. Yeah, well, everything else was kind of boring, right? Who did not see Burning Mittens? Yes, True Heat. Why does Left insisting putting yellow stars on everyone? What do you mean yellow stars? Kind of weird. The quote-unquote left? Yeah, I don't know. Keystone pipes are so leaky, you might as well call them Hillary's private email server. The Onion apparently had a field day with Bernie's Mittens. I bet. I bet. Yeah, I know. There's a bunch of photoshopped images. This chat has too many leftists. There you go. I mean, all the different flavors of the left. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different flavors of the left, and that's not a problem. Everybody has their own ideology. Everyone has to fit in their own lane? What are you talking about? How about we just, like, work together? Biden pardoning Trump would be a smart move? You think so? I mean, like... he's done. He's done. I don't know what the... I don't know what it would be. A sign of goodwill? Here's a sign of goodwill. You get impeached, you get thrown out, and you never run again. This just in from the Onion. Secret Service agent heroically chimes in front of strong breeze that could have killed Biden. It's not about Trump. Yeah, I see where you're going with the logic, but I just don't see, like, what the end game would, what the end result would be. Worst mod award? True. If there was a worst mod award, I'd win like 3 consecutive. I was gonna do my poll a little bit differently. Oh man. Alright folks, let's stay focused. We got this video to go over. So yes, the Keystone Pipeline stuff is good. Rejoining the Paris Agreement is good. What else he does is yet to be seen. Yeah, see, so there are people from different... This is a sacred place, please leave. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Some Telegram, QAnon has jumped onto Telegram.
Right.
And they
Just
are
like
trying
America.
to work out, they're trying to explain how everything they have kept predicting has not happened yet. And apparently Matt tells me that the QAnon podcast, is that right?
QAnon
Matt?
podcast?
Who are the guys that
QAnon Anonymous.
QAnon Anonymous?
Would it make you feel
have
better if we were all just radical centrist, Mono?
more or less predicted where at least part of Q was going to go?
Wait, it's QAnon Anonymous?
Yeah, that's the podcast.
Yeah, they critique. I guess.
It's a watchdog or whatever.
They're watchdog of
They're very
QAnon.
funny.
Okay,
or
I'm
a,
sorry.
Or a narrator of what. And here it is. Let's see. They predicted something like this would happen apparently. And can you pull it up a little bit more so we can read it a little bit closer here? Even a little bit more would be great. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. So in my opinion, there's 5 plausible outcomes. What do you think? Poll closes when I wake up in the morning. God bless America and pray. This is so invested with Christianity.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
fascinating to me. 1, Biden's arrested before he can be sworn in or during a swearing in. That did not happen. I'm sorry to say.
21%, is that a plurality?
Yeah,
Plurality
21%. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Biden admits to the world on stage he's cheated and he cannot be POTUS. Riots begin to happen. That was 6%.
That was
Thank
what I had.
goodness. We avoided that.
Oh no,
Uh,
we got another more popular
19%.
option.
19% said something happens that will delay the swearing-in ceremony. Riots begin to happen, of course. And then 33%, this seems to be the biggest number. Biden is sworn in as POTUS. The military and Trump have a plan in the coming near future. And 21% says nothing happens. Biden is POTUS. So number 4 seems to be the one that everybody thinks is happening. And of course, that's the one that is we still cannot disprove. We could
So that's
see
smart.
that
I
is
mean-
smart.
I
But
mean,
don't
aren't
they at
they
one point-
still? Well, there they are. They're counting the number of flags behind Trump because there are 17 flags behind Donald Trump, and Q is the 17th letter in the alphabet. There you go.
Ah, bingo. And also one of the things that they were contemplating, right, Matt, was that Biden's in on it.
Yeah, there's the QAnon Anonymous guys basically said, of course, a lot of this is aligned with GOP as a partisan sort of thing, but there's a whole bunch of like just people so far gone that they'll follow wherever, and they'll need to incorporate this somehow, and they'll just go with Biden as part of the plan. He's been in on it the whole time, actually, and Trump wanted to pass it off to him. And this is how they're really going to catch people by surprise.
Well, it would be nice for Biden to kind of win over that constituency of Q people then if Biden is part of rooting out the pedophiles. I mean, something he can add to his resume.
Sleeper Joe.
Something just occurred to me. Here is the outlining of this, and I'll tell you why in a second, why I think there's some legitimacy to this. Can you pop it up? Can you make it a little bit bigger so I can read a little more? Can you pop it up? There we go. So here it is. Slide over. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry. You got to slide it over just a little bit more. I can't quite. Okay. I'm happy to be wrong. But the more I think about it, I think it could be possible that it's Biden who pulls the trigger. Hunter, here's some reasons why. Hunter intentionally left the laptop. Why? So stupid. Or was it Sleepy Joe? Or is it
Sleeper Joe?
Oh.
God, Trump knew.
We didn't arrest either of them despite the evidence. Even Biden election officials were arrested and charged with fraud, but Biden wasn't. Biden isn't in the DJT. Oh, wait. Yeah. RT of the Mullinger. Q asked us to add Brennan, doesn't ask us to add Biden. Why? The letter left includes instructions on what to do next. There's Biden, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on and on. And there's speculation that Biden is in on it, and we have to just trust in Biden. Now, here's the thing I'll say, which makes me maybe take a second look at this theory about Biden. It's Emma, can you tell me about the last time in modern history when a outgoing president did not attend the inauguration, or I should say did not shake hands and meet with the incoming president?
I think this is the first time in modern history.
Yeah, it's odd that they can't be in the same place at the same time, isn't it, Emma?
Well, I mean, that's why they were trying to push for virtual debates.
Yeah.
The one time they did it,
one of them probably pre-recorded it.
Makes sense, yeah.
Trump playing Biden probably pre-recorded that whole thing. I mean, it's weird
that's why they're interrupting each other so much.
Yeah, that's a new
liberal
cute job.
Hollywood found the perfect actor to play Joe Biden.
Well, I mean, why was it that Donald Trump wasn't in politics all those years that Joe Biden was? Because it would have been impossible for them both to be in the Senate chamber at the same time. So Biden, meanwhile, just going back and forth. Yeah. He plays he does The Apprentice, and then he goes back and he's the politician, Joe. Mm-hmm. That type of thing. And
yeah, makes sense.
Also explains why Obama went after Trump so much.
Yeah.
It was a way to get 5 Obama terms.
Yeah.
This theory. I mean,
the first 2 were Obama. The next one, supposedly Trump, but really Biden, who obviously Obama was pulling the strings on. And then Biden takes off the shell of Trump because it's worn out and then becomes Biden.
Yeah.
And then Obama gets another 2 different way. It's really all just Obama pulling the strings, gets 5.
Yeah,
I mean,
makes
it's
sense.
the only plausible explanation, but probably Soros pulling Obama's strings and then Obama pulls those strings. And then question though,
have you ever seen Soros and Obama in the same place?
No, never. Question though, because I'm legitimately asking you, how do these Q people justify all those videos they circulated of Biden hugging all those young kids? Wasn't that a part of the
cover?
Oh, right.
Cover.
Right. Okay.
You gotta throw them off the scent. I mean,
of course.
Not every Q person is on this beat. We have another Ben Collins posted a Reddit thread from recently. It's over and nothing makes sense. Absolutely nothing. None of what anybody said or sung sounded like typical liberal shit. I don't know what that means. Biden was just sworn in, but this was also just leaked. All staking place. There's no plan. Just finished his oath of falsehood. Q was a LARP the entire fucking time. Everyone got strung along and tricked. Now that we fully realize it, it is okay to admit it. Do not go out there with cold hearts and turn away from your pain. Look inward and accept the truth. I'm sorry. Look, anybody who was down this path, if you found this video, welcome to the light. You've been fooled.
That's a dog whistle.
A massive industrial tech propaganda apparatus, and you've seen it for what it is, and now you've found the actual truth. So welcome.
Oh man, it really is at the end of the day, it's sad. That's so many people, tens of thousands, maybe more, unironically bought into this. And I still see a bunch of stuff going on hundreds of thousands, yeah. Yeah, just like you said, Mono, it gives like a, not that all Q leads that way, but it gives a pipeline to then say, oh yeah, well, by the way, it's actually the Jews. You know what I mean? Like, just like you said, Mono, it's really horrifying. It just, it's so frustrating that, you know, this was allowed to propagate in the manner that it was, but the internet does what the internet does. But hey, you know, it's just memes, right? No real, it's just memes, it's just jokes. Incredible. Hey Elio, how's it going? Wow, even Japan, Germany, Canada. Incredible. It is angering. Okay, what are you on about, Victorious? Yeah, and these are the results, that's right. This is heartbreaking. Trump never understood or cared to understand QAnon. He knew that it was full of people who would turn out for him and send him money, so he signaled out to them in the laziest way possible, offer a short-term gain. Now he has left them with nothing. I'm not telling people to reach across the aisle here. I'm telling you to recognize that this woman and millions like her have been poisoned by a toxin that's still running rampant through our society and has already caused unthinkable amount of human suffering and even death. True.
If you see this, please save us. I don't even see our American flag anymore.
Died last month?
Talking with some kind of crazy flag.
Oh, I see.
This is America. This is our land.
Watching these people in this state is not something I'm taking joy from.
Please,
It's not.
President Trump.
It's worrying.
Please,
It's
please,
it's
I hope
it's
you have a
worrying.
plan. God, please save us. Save us from the
Can we
devil,
say fuck you to the Patriot Act yet? Yeah, I hope so. Well, I don't know if these people will overturn the Patriot Act.
This is our country. Our country.
I think it might be too much plastic and
This
food
is
and water.
awful. God, please save us, please.
Some of them lost families over QAnon. Yeah, that's true.
President Trump,
It's true. No,
if you see this, please.
it's true. This may be acting. I doubt it. There's people who really believe the Q stuff, who have fallen into a rabbit hole, who have become deluded into thinking that this wild conspiracy is real. The human shrapnel spreading from the Trump presidency will have a half-life that lasts into decades, and body count for QAnon has already begun. But you don't put faith in politicians, we're all human, and that doesn't all mean good. Yeah, I'm not putting faith in any politician or anything like that. The signaling he was able to capitalize was on their hatred. These people thought Trump was going to save them by... Yeah, well, some of them. But some of them just believe, unironically, there's some type of deep state thing. If you believe a man died on a cross and resurrected a few days later, you'll believe anything. Yeah. Well, why do you think a lot of these people have like ties to like Christian dominionism and stuff like that, and say like, oh, God will lead us the way, and light, be warriors of light for God, or something like that. Yeah, they generally believe there's pure good and pure evil, and that they're on the good side. Yep. And sadly, we're gonna have to see and deal with the fallout for quite some time. I think this tweet is correct. I think this person is correct. There's a streamer on Twitch that believes America has officially become a communist state because Biden is president. Who is this Twitch streamer? This cute Trump cult reminds me of all the YouTube groups like Illuminati or Flat Earthers, just special groups belong to belong to that know something super secret. Are they live right now? That clip never the victory, victory, victory. That clip never gets old. I showed my Greek friend and she thought it was a comedy sketch and felt bad for us. Yeah. Imagine like when you realize that these people like realize that they actually believe this. This is going to be quite the undertaking to try to deal with the fallout from this. I mean, again, obviously nobody's saying to, start hugging and kissing everybody, but understand that if these people want an out and these people want to leave this cult, you should probably give them a way out, COVID distancing, no hugging. Oh yeah, you know what I mean. Figure of speech. Thanks for the follow, Yuan. Boneless hot dogs on a Friday. Folks, it is a moment to show for myself. It is time for me to show for myself. Folks, if you enjoy the content, please make sure you hit the follow button wherever it may be, and please head on over to our YouTube channel and smack that subscribe button on the YouTubes. There's also all kinds of awesome stuff available to represent. We also got emotes, all this other stuff. I do resent feelings, but it's our job to bring these people back to reality. Those that have the ability to come back down to earth and want an out, not digging their heels, but those who want an out of this type of QAnon cult stuff should be allowed to have an out. Mega church, Jesus was in the middle. And again, I'm not saying you kumbaya with everybody. I'm just saying, if they want out, give them an out. Jesus was in the Middle East, not American. Just, yeah, I know. Point down and left. Wait, is it here? Left. If you want to know something about the Bible, just ask an atheist. True. So yes, that is my 10-second show, okay? 10-second show. Biden to sign 10 executive orders and to invoke Defense Production Act to combat COVID pandemic. President Joe Biden released details of his COVID response plan, including 10 executive orders and intent to use Defense Production Act. The 23-page plan expands on initiatives outlined last week and details how Biden plans to bring the pandemic under control and help the country recover. Okay. On his first full day in office, President Joe Biden released details Thursday of his sweeping plan to combat coronavirus, announcing 10 executive orders directing agencies to use wartime powers to require U.S. companies to make N95 masks, swabs, and other equipment to fight the pandemic. The president's plan emphasizes on ramping up testing for coronavirus, accelerating the pace of vaccinations, and providing more funding and direction to state and local officials. Key component of the plan is restoring trust with the American public. It also focuses on vaccinating more people, safely reopening schools, businesses, and travel, as well as slowing the spread of the virus. The national strategy provides a roadmap to guide America out of the worst public health crisis in a century. The plan says, America has always risen to the challenge we face, and we will do so now. Biden says Biden has taken office at a pivotal moment in the pandemic. Many epidemiologists and U.S. health officials say nearly 3,000 Americans are dying every day of COVID-19, according to data compiled by Johns Hopkins, and newly discovered more infectious strains are establishing footholds in the U.S., threatening to push the nation's outbreak to even more deadly heights. The 23-page plan released on Thursday expands on initiatives outlined last week and details how Biden plans to bring back the outbreak under control and help the country recover. Hours after being sworn in as 46th president on Wednesday, Biden signed more than a dozen executive actions in the Oval Office, including one requiring masks on federal property. He also plans to require masks on public transportation, negative COVID tests for anyone entering the country from overseas. Yeah, seems okay. In retrospect, I'd rather start doing what they thought, let alone what to tell a curious kid. Wait, she's the goddess of Discord? Does she own Discord? Does she own Discord? Biden will also use his executive powers to direct agencies to use the Defense Production Act to compel companies to prioritize manufacturing supplies that are necessary to the pandemic response. That could include protective equipment like masks, supplies needed to administer vaccines, testing supplies, the plan said. The Trump administration also invoked the act to make ventilators and other supplies. The executive order called Sustainable Public Health Supply Chain will also direct the development of new pandemic supply chain resilience strategy in an effort to bolster domestic manufacturing of critical supplies. Seems good. Biden previously announced that his administration will aim to administer 100 million vaccine shots in the first 100 days. Jeff Zients, Biden's coordinator for the COVID response, said on a conference call that that's just the beginning. We feel confident that we can meet 100 million in 100 days. So what, like a million a day? Wait, a million a day? 1 million shots in 100 days. We have to vaccinate as much of the US population as possible to put this pandemic behind us, true, but we don't have the infrastructure. Biden will direct FEMA to set up 100 community vaccination centers in the next month as part of the effort. Similar to the Trump administration, Biden's plan will also encourage states to move quickly to expand the groups eligible to receive the vaccine. Yo bolster trust in government's response to the White House will establish a COVID response office charged with coordinating the pandemic response across federal agencies and establishing clear lines of communication down to local officials. Federal government will also conduct regular expert-led briefings. Cool. Can we get expert-led briefings for climate change as well? Get ready for people to start yelling about FEMA camps. Even as the vaccination effort gains speed, the plan calls for continued research into treatments for COVID, especially antivirals like Gilead's remdesivir. Through an executive order calling improving and expanding access to care and treatment, Biden will establish a new drug discovery and development program that emphasizes diversity in clinical trials. In addition to new drugs, the plan emphasizes more testing. The president will establish new pandemic testing boards to discover new kinds of effective and rapid tests and scale them up quickly. True. To control the COVID pandemic and safely reopen schools and businesses, America must have widespread testing. That's part of it. Safely reopening schools and businesses is a key component of the plan. It directs the Department of Human Health and Services to collect data on school reopenings and spread of COVID, allow for more scientific research into the risk of putting kids back in school. The new plan also calls Occupational Safety and Health Administration to take on a larger role, setting clear guidelines to employers on safe work practices and enforcement. Biden will establish a COVID equity task force to ensure vaccines, treatments, masks, and all this and other resources reach everyone, including hard-hit communities of color that serve for disproportionately high death rates in the U.S. The plan does not lay out an estimated cost, but administration proposed $1.9 trillion coronavirus rescue package last week. The proposal, called the American Rescue Plan, includes $350 billion in state and local government aid, $170 billion for K-12 schools, institutions of higher learning, $50 billion towards COVID testing, $20 billion towards national vaccine program. Well, at least this one's kind of directed towards COVID response, not just other stuff. Joseph Biden's going to put me in a FEMA camp and they're going to take my high quality DNA with microchips. No bleach or UV lights, true. So I generally agree with this. Yeah, Alio, don't listen to Mono. Yeah, generally speaking, I agree with this. Let's see how that works out. Anyways, so we were talking about QAnon, as the Majority Report clip showed. Some QAnon conspiracy theories in public and private internet forums and chat rooms were despondent Wednesday as their prophecy of Inauguration Day coup to keep Trump in power failed again as President Joe Biden was sworn into office. The situation left some Q adherents with no choice but to write off the conspiracy theory entirely, but others continued to maintain that it was developing. QAnon supporters believe Wednesday's inauguration was an elaborate trap set up by the former president wherein Democrats would be rounded up and executed while Trump retained power. Various other doomsday theorized that QAnon community have also come and gone without incident. But in contrast with these events of those days, Biden's inauguration leaves the community with little daylight. As their predictions failed to come true, radicalized QAnon members expressed their sense of betrayal in messaging apps like Telegrams and forums named after the failed doomsday scenario, The Great Awakening. The Great Awakening. While Biden took an oath, top post on QAnon forum said, "I don't think this is supposed to happen and wonder how long does it take the Fed to run up the stairs and arrest him." What? Others users became immediately dejected, realizing that their dreams of equality were not going to be realized. Anybody else feeling let down? A top post on a popular QAnon forum read, It's like being a kid and seeing the big gift under the tree, thinking exactly what it is you want, only to open up and realize it was a lump of coal." Like, what did you think was going to happen? Alright, listen, Victorious, the next time I hear Bet Your Soul, I'm gonna time you out. One of the largest QAnon groups on Telegram. Oh, yeah. Here we are. Telegram Co's comments to let everyone take a breather after Biden's inauguration. When it reopened after it was accused of censorship, thousands of users expressed a large range of reactions, confusion, and realization that QAnon in fact was a hoax, as well as renewed commitment to conspiracy theory despite its unreliability. Yeah, like some people will like double down, and some people will just like leave this and leave this QAnon stuff, you know? Yeah, that's right, Mono. I mean, it's the harsh truth. Their expectations have been warped by constantly being told that they should expect unrealistic things. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. You're right. Maybe the real QAnon was the abuse we hurled along the way. I had 2 people. One disabled thought I would join. I'm also disabled without proof or history, but they may not listen. They love Trump, but he's no longer president. Well, hopefully they'll come back down to reality. So people can be like, you thought stupid stuff, whatever, deserve to feel about it. It's like your brain got hijacked. Yeah, like literally, it's true. You're right. This is essentially a cult. You know, even the educated people can fall into a cult. It can happen, you know? And just get good. And now your ability to rationalize anything ever starts to work against your perception of reality. The better you are at finding patterns and making links, however tenuous, the faster and most effective the process can be. Imagine having the false equivalency of of equating weed to crack. Come on. How do you know that's a crutch? Yeah, even Arnold was talking about this. Maybe people in power took calls from goons like me seriously 2 fucking years ago. True. Lives would have been ruined beyond repair and the Capitol would have been stormed. True. I know, it's like we have ADHD. Alright, focus, folks. Ron Watkins, former administrator for the message board 8 QAnon Hub 8chan, and a major force behind the false conspiracy theories surrounded the election results, seemed to capitulate, posting a note to his 100,000 followers. We gave it our all. Now we need to keep our chins up and going back to our lives as best we are able. QAnon influencers fled to fringe apps like Telegram and Gab after years of unbridled growth on larger platforms, including Twitter, Facebook, which banned QAnon accounts last year. Facebook reported Tuesday that it removed 60,000 pages and groups that have promoted the conspiracy theories since November. Some QAnon followers spent weeks preparing for a nationwide blackout starting at noon Inauguration Day, warning friends. Oh yeah, this is the text. Facebook messaged by CB radios and to stock up on food. They believe Trump would announce martial law through emergency alert system before carrying out mass arrests. Travis View, the host of the conspiracy debunking podcast QAnonymous, said those who make money on the conspiracy theory are having a harder time persuading adherents to keep faith after such a spectacularly wrong prediction. Yeah, this is the stuff we were talking about earlier. Yeah, twisted irony. Wait, the QAnons are doing self-imprisonment? Wait, Hot Wheels? Who's Hot Wheels? Brennan was the old owner of 8chan. What? Oh, I see. Deep state isn't even a thing. He had a home after 8chan was banned them. Ugh. Yeah, I don't even know like how you could prevent something like that. It's like the internet, right? How would you have I mean, like what? You just how would you have prevented something like QAnon? He was an active huge part of Gamergate. Yikes. Destroy the internet, save the world. True, except for my channel, okay? That's the only channel that's allowed to stay alive, alright? Besides that, yeah, just nuke the rest of the internet around me. Invest in education, true. Yeah. But like the thing is, like a lot of these things also just started for the memes, not that anybody, you know, not that people believed it initially, maybe. No, I'm kidding. Of course not. Of course not. Blowing up the internet is a solution. I don't think so. Education sometimes makes criminals smarter. That's the weirdest backwards logic I've ever seen in my life. Okie doke. Anywho, yeah, this is sad, and I hope that those who think that yeah, for real, we need a bullshit radar 101 classes. I can tell you, as a criminal, I can tell you firsthand, most of my learning happened outside of education. Trans Trump, what does that mean? We can make money by making weed mandatory. As an anarchist, anything being mandatory makes me cringe. True. Mandatory free time. I'm gonna give you have to spend the time doing anything you want to do. Or else. You have to do what you want or else. Can you imagine? If I catch you not living exactly how you want to, there would be punishment. Well, how do you know that? How do you know he's not? What if living exactly how I want to is just sitting here in my chair doing nothing? Nah, a 7th sense, so not even 6. What happened to your 6th sense? Can we detail the punishment? No, no, we cannot. Alright. So yes, this is sad. This is not good. And I hope that people who want to leave this conspiracy cult thing do so. Involving a banana peel. Okay. Hmm. Actually, that's a thing. That is unironically a thing. In fact, they were trying to tell people to stop doing that because it's hurting them. Because it's hurting them. It's hurting the hippos. You say like anything. Listen, I have a hard time discerning sometimes, okay? What are you on about? Like, honestly, you're like saying the most random pivoting comments I've ever seen somebody put in chat. Trump is gone. For real, hugs your QAnon family and tell them you love them. True. Oh. Oh, you mean like this was like 5-6 days ago. Yeah, this is irrelevant. Although it is kind of sad. Not sure if I'm okay with the death penalty. Streamer exposed. Oh no. Yeah, blown the fuck out. True. Killed more than 3 months and 60 years, yeah. That's very true. Very sad. And I hope that going forward we can have some type of... We can redefine and relook at criminal justice. And instead of a punitive system, we have a more humane, not punitive, but rehabilitative system. Not sure if I like the fact that a murderer can kill a kid who may have lived 80 more years ago and then 5 years of prison. I don't know. There's always going to be some people you can rehabilitate, but I think that our priorities in the criminal justice system should be to rehabilitate and reduce recidivism, which that can be done with education. Only in extreme cases? Well, I don't know. The problem is giving the state that power. Well, there's gonna be... What, so you leave it to the local authorities then? They mean the federal. You give that power to local jurisdictions? Oh, like individual states. Yeah, no, I think that it should always be primarily focused on rehabilitation, getting people, lowering recidivism rates, and stop making this a punitive system and eliminate private prisons. Yikes. Death penalty is already outlawed in Michigan. I have no love for criminals. Nobody's asking you to have love for them. I'm saying that to reduce the amount of said criminals, you would make it so that they don't commit crimes. Yeah, I mean, like I said previously, there are people who you cannot rehabilitate. Reduce means led by example? No idea what that means. Meanwhile, here in Missouri, we carried out death penalties during the COVID lockdown. Yikes. I think it's a bit smug to say we know whether or not someone can be rehabilitated. Well, don't we have, like, medical professionals who can determine that? Or Is that like not a thing? Well, those people should be people who have no signs of being able to be rehabilitated will stay incarcerated. They should not be allowed back into the normal populace because they can't because they're a danger to the public. We don't do rehabilitation as a practice, so I don't think we should say we know anything. No, I'm just saying we should move. Well, some states do, or used to, have rehabilitation, punitive system, rehabilitative systems instead of punitive system. And shouldn't that be determined by some type of like health professionals who can evaluate mental health and evaluate human behavior, like behavioral psychologists and things like that? We could do pilot programs. Would it be worth investigating to see if it's possible? But starting off by saying, nah, this person is just evil is a dangerous mode of thinking, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm just saying like I'm just saying not like that. I'm saying that I'm pretty sure we can move into a position where we have data and science and say, okay, if person is not able to be quote unquote rehabilitated, they stay away from the public. And even just imprisoning these types can lead to guards and staff being assaulted and killed. Yes, it's a possibility. And it's happened. I don't know. Studies would have to be done. There are plenty of other places who do it better. Yeah, private prisons is such a wacko concept. True. Some people aren't just pure evil, they get off on hurting others. There's something to do because they enjoy doing those things. Granted, it's an incredibly rare type of person, but they can have existed. Yeah, true. My opinion, that should be the sentence. Rehabilitation. We have certified that you are safe for society and practice. That may be one day or forever, but I don't think we should think about that timeline during the process of our courts. Yeah, okay, sure. Okay. That's very true. I do not believe any person ever was or is pure evil. Well, I mean, like, so what they're referring to is some people actually find joy in harming others. And, who knows? I mean, we can't just let people like that, be in society. They should probably be away from society during the process of the course. Yes, exactly. The why is always important. No one is the villain in their own story. True. True. Very true. So, again, the system, criminal justice system, should be moving in the direction of attempting to evaluate or getting the science and data behind it to enforce rehabilitation over punitive systems. The issue isn't how evil someone is, but their ability to live in society without hurting others, evil or not. Yeah, so what do you... Yes, evil equals causing harm in knowledge, in full knowledge of it. Yeah, some systems can be pure evil. Or... If you ever listen to the podcast Behind the Bastard, they cover a few people that admit what they do is horrible but enjoy hurting others. Yeah, so like, what do we do with those people? Should those be allowed in society? Well, how prone are they to hurting people? You know, we can evaluate these things. That's what they do in, like, you know, mental health facilities. Gotta head out. Take care, DT. Stay weird, chat. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate that, Cheeto Ray. Evil is a subjective moral claim. It isn't terribly useful for the discussion about criminal justice. So, what would be the correct term? Maybe not evil, but harmful to society? Would that be the correct term? Intent? You mean intent. Okay. It was based on moral views that society has agreed on. Yeah, but there's some, like, objective stuff that you just can't do, right? As a society. You can't allow people to just... think labeling is dehumanizing. We can simply say this person did something which is harmful to our society based on our agreed upon rules. Now we need to figure out how to fix this issue. Okay. Okay, I'll agree to that. We can simply say this person did something that is... Yeah, so that's why I was saying, like, harm instead of evil to our society based on our agreed upon rules. Now we need to figure out how to fix this issue. Okay, I see. I know this is semantics. I just think that the language we use matters as terms like evil come with baggage. True. Scientist. Oh, scientist. Oh wait, scientist Robert. Well, seeks shown evidence for biological some evil and behavior by humans. He's a lecture on it on YouTube. If there's biological base, it's yeah, but like I think that how we use it socially, it might, you know, it might. I see that. I see how that could. I see how what sourcing is saying can be a thing, you know. Could he really help it? He's pure evil. True. Yeah, so I think I understand what sourcing is saying. Like, the idea is harm on society based on the rules that we all agreed upon, and how do we fix it? I don't think evil is a proper word to use. Yeah, no, sourcing is correct. If you get into the habit of flattening things into dualistic good and evil dichotomies, you end up with the same sort of bullshit as QAnon. Yeah, that's true. I'm not a fan of the good evil dichotomy either. True. So basically, your intent and harm to society based on the rules we agree upon, and how to go from there and how to fix that. No, it is not productive. Well, I wouldn't. That's negative utilitarianism. Well, no, they're causing harm based on the rules that we agreed upon. Yeah, I'm sure the system does fail from time to time. Right, do all you can do to remove harmful acts. Morality sparked from the air is such an objective standard, and since I don't care what but me, I get to define it on the fly. I mean, okie doke. Alright, folks, it is 11:25. I do gotta get going to work. Thank you guys for hanging out here. You guys have been absolutely awesome. Jeez. Let me really quickly, you can't protect yourself when every family has a... I have no idea what this means. Hey, Heat, thank you. Thank you. Evil might be different, so using terms like that is counterproductive. Right, I think that was Sourcing's, basic argument. Excuse my sarcasm. Thank you. Alright, folks, really quickly... Breathe my evil, pure evil. Yeah. Really quickly, guys, thank you for the follows. UN, thank you for the tier 1 gifted community sub, Dr. Dragon Rider. Preceptor, thank you so much for the follow. Black Ladder, Steph is my name. Thank you. The Little Proletariat, thank you. AR Krat, Satan's Boss, Carpet Packs for the amazing raid. Hey, the leader, how's it going? Thank you for hanging out, the leader. Racking up those channel points, true. Present Radio, thank you for the offline follow, and Big Brow. Carpet Packs, again, thank you so much for the massive raid. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. As always, please, if you enjoy the content, hit the follow button, head on over to our YouTube channel, and hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate all of you guys. You guys are what makes this channel go. Thank you guys. We can't do this without you. I really appreciate you all. I'll be back on Saturday, noon Eastern time with the co-host. Thank you, Alio. You have a good day. I'll be back on Saturday with the co-host, as always, doing the Saturday stream. Thanks for the follow, Kamago, where we just hang out. Thanks for the stream. Take care, folks. You take care. Eric Gnostis, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for hanging out. As always, please stay safe. Please take care of each other. I love you all, and I hope to see you guys in the next stream. See ya! Alright, really quickly, folks. Alright, Ben is on, so we'll head on over to Ben's channel to continue this chill vibe. Please go show a lot of love to Bleep Blop Ben. Really great streamer. Let's head out over in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.